I've just been listening to episode 41 of Thelema Coast to Coast. Wonderful episode. I think it's the third year of John Crow's initiative, and well done, John. But I was listening to the article on Enochian Magic and Enochian entities, and I was rather engaged by the some of the questions posed by John to Brother WIT, and possible consequences of answering those questions. One of which was, are the Enochian entities real? Are the Enochian angels, are the astral forms experienced by the occultist valid in an objective sense, or do they exist only as psychological, conceptual realities? Well, in many senses, speaking as a Kabbalist, everything that we understand about the world is a conceptual model, and whether we're looking through the eyes of logic or we're looking through engaging with our experience of the world on an intuitive, instinctive level, everything is a conceptual construct. We have, each of us being of similar species, have visual, tactile, audio, etc. input, which we're able to order and make sense of the world through our mental structures. And because we share those structures, we talk the same language. We're able to describe subtle things based on our visual and oral conception of the world, and describe them to others who will absorb them in the spirit with which we intended to communicate. On another level, we have intellectual experience of the world, which differs from individual to individual and from culture to culture, so much so that throughout history things change. In the ancient world, the Parthenon, looking down upon Athens in Greece, was painted a rich royal blue, deep blue and azure, and in the ancient world this was the colour of danger. Today, dark blue is not so much associated with danger. We may, for instance, choose red as representative of that concept. The colour palettes used by web designers in the East and web designers in the West differ considerably because we have a cultural... The signals sent to us by various colours differ from culture to culture. Some are more acceptable in the sense of making one feel comfortable than others. As a Kabbalist, I know that the world can be described in a number of ways. Our reality, our conceptual, existential reality. But as a Kabbalist, I use the Qabalah as a uniting principle. The Sephiroth, 10 Sephiroth and the 22 paths upon the Tree of Life are conceptual realities, and on the one level, because we share many mental mechanisms, our understanding of Netzach and the emotions, or our understanding of Hod as the intellect, our understanding of Yesod as the primal urges of reproduction, we can share those concepts and arrive at a shared consensus understanding, whereas on an intellectual, individual level, our experience of the Tree of Life will be multivariant, and therefore the keys with which we represent our experience of certain factors upon the Tree of Life will differ considerably from individual to individual, each of us having more meaningful focus on some archetypes than others because of our experience and where we've been led, how we've been led to this point upon our individual path. In the Complete Golden Dawn Initiate, I've attempted to assemble as much of the meaningful conceptual philosophical documentation from the sources such as the Zohar informing Golden Dawn practice, and also amongst a smattering of minimalist yet essential core ritual practices, a rendering of the Qabalah of 50 gates, my own vision and the voice, that is my own descriptive report upon experiences of the Sephiroth from a personal point of view. I've attempted to deliver a set of tools to the individual that can be taken not so much as a rote cookbook, such as a magical grimoire, but as an invaluable aid, a composite aid to approaching an approach to the Golden Dawn system of enlightenment. Now, back to the question. Are astral entities real? Are angelic entities real? Well, what is reality? Our consensus appreciation of our existential environment will always remain at odds with our individual, the individual maps which we construct and by which we navigate through our environment, and our environment in time and space. Conceptually, we have to accept that there is an evolution in the sophistication of our descriptive reality. For instance, those of us conversant with how computer code is distributed as data, collected as information, and then stored, can look at the four worlds of the Tree of Life and see the world of Atziluth, the archetypal world of nearness, where the ground plan of the design is created, becoming actualized in expression and through the dissemination of data in the world of Bariah, or creativity. And where that data takes form, where it finds expression and cohesion, then the creative force has become manifest in the world of Yetzirah, or formation, in the world of Asaya, action. This is where the storage would take place. But that conceptualization of the process of creation throughout the four worlds wouldn't be readily accessible to someone who wasn't particularly computer literate to any degree, or a person from the 1920s or 30s completely finding those concepts alien. And so reality tends to be a conceptualization, a set of symbols. And it's how we make use of the sets of symbols with which we interact with our existential environment that really determines our approach to life, our position of our sense of realization, or our level, the degree to which we're able to rationalize and make sense of our experience. I believe the Tree of Life is a vital tool to those of us in the West who seek to find a logical approach to self-revelation. I'd like to say reality is not so much what we make, it is not so much what we make of the world, it is what we and the world, we and our environment make of one another. I probably rambled on long enough about this, but I hope I've been diverting for a few moments there. Thank you to those of you looking in, and remember, the onus is upon you to self-discover, to self-initiate. And even in a cohesive group of initiates, that group can only proceed forward if each of the individuals within it is self-actualizing. Good luck with the quest, and keep looking in. Do communicate. Thank you.